So in an independent adoption, how do you make sure that the expectant parent has a resource versus just, you say answer a call at 2 a.m, and I'm totally willing to do that, but sometimes I think they're going to need to hear from somebody other than me.
Well, there are two things that we would suggest to our clients. The first one would be that some counseling for the parent. I think it's hypercritical that the adoptive parent is sensitive to what is going on in the birth parent's life, the expectant mother's life, and that you can't do it all. You can't, help them in a way emotionally and mentally that they may need to have from a professional such as a counselor. So we do suggest a few names that the person could go visit with, and then we tell our clients, you need to pay for the costs associated with that.
But in your state, it's even required that
that's right.
that they at least offer to pay
that's
for
right.
it.
And up to a certain amount in so many hours. But the thought for me is simple, and that is taking care of a birth parent and helping them. The other way to do it or to deal with this issue, and again, it's not required, but it's letting the birth parent know or expectant parent know that they have the right to go meet with an attorney, and that you as the adoptive couple or adoptive parent will be paying for the cost of that.
And that we want them to.
Well, yeah, I mean, often they don't feel like they want to. That is something it's just a step they don't want to go through. They already know that that's what they want to do, and they're not particularly concerned about any detail. But there are times when I feel like we need to have that birth parent meet with, or expectant parent meet with an attorney. And for example, if I feel like that there is some issue that's going on in terms of a mental health issue, we would expect them to go see a counselor and have that counselor say, yeah, this person is okay, that they are emotionally able to give this child up, or mentally capable of giving the child up, and then add that with a layer of an attorney meeting with that person and saying, yes, this is something that they can and do and are doing so willingly, and so anyhow, those are some of the times.
Yeah, I think one of the things people don't realize when they're doing independent adoptions is they can use whatever resource they want to use.
Yeah.
I call it kind of, when you're doing an independent adoption, you can kind of do an a la carte adoption. It's one of the advantages of an independent adoption. You use the services that you need, and you don't use the services you don't need. That maybe an agency you're paying for, even if you don't need it or if you don't want it. And so hiring a caseworker or a therapist to work directly with the birth parent works. To hire somebody if you just need to talk about, you just have some mediation about the hospital plan that you can either do. I know a lot of attorneys will do that. Because especially attorneys that have done a lot of adoption, they'll walk you through, well, you should think about what it's going to be like the day, that you're born, and who's invited and who's not invited. Or you can get a caseworker, an independent caseworker, to do that with you. You can have some mediation on open adoption, that you can have somebody to sit down with all of you and say, let's talk about open adoption. Let's work this through. If you don't feel 100% comfortable doing that yourself. And it may just be like an hour or two meeting, and it's not necessarily going to be super expensive or going to be really difficult to do. And so, like I say, independent adoption is almost like an a la carte thing. You get what you need to get, and you don't have to hide from that and say, well, we can't get that because we're not working with an agency.